stylish, but she actually suggested maybe I wear it like this. Which half is the better half? Like top half, bottom half? Which would you choose? Bottom half. I like your commitment, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. There's a lot of mask fashion at the moment, so that's why I've been thinking about it. My wife asked me to get her a mask, like a feminine mask, because now you have to wear a mask everywhere you go, like to parties. Soon we won't be allowed to have parties anymore. Sorry. This is the last night, by the way, so drink up, like Andrew said. Yeah, parties, like formal occasions, to work. So I went shopping. I got her this mask. I hope she likes it. What do you think? It's nice, huh? I do anything not to get in trouble from her. You know what they say, happy wife, happy life. And like super angry wife, super angry life. And red wife, red life. Wet wife, wet life. Ideally. So anyway, welcome to the show. This is Richard P. Dick Van Johnson show. Yeah. Thank you very much. You're all here to see me, Richard P. Dick Van Johnson. This is just like a TV show, except that we get paid very little. So thank you. Thank you for being here. We are not on national television, but it's much better. We're actually international on the internet. Yeah. So, national television programs, they're restricted to like a few 100,000 viewers, or maybe season finale, you might get 1 million. But we've got like, I don't know, I haven't checked the counter, but it's like maybe 1 billion people, what would you say?
There's a 1 on the front.
There's a 1 on the front, thank you. Like roughly 1/3 of the Earth's population are watching this show, I believe, on the internet. So, it's going to be really wild. I've got some great guests for you. I know you're mostly here to see me. Thank you. I know you have come through the rain. I don't know how you got here, to be honest. It was not even possible to catch public transport in Berlin. Have you got great, really huge calf muscles? How did you get here? You. By bicycle. You have huge calf muscles, do you? Show us. That is not a calf muscle, sir. That's a muscle. I didn't say mask muscles. I said calf muscles. It's my fantastic New York accent that you misunderstood. I understand. How did you all get here tonight? By bicycle. Oh, you're all sporty. That's why you're so good looking. Now it makes sense. Okay, so we've got the creme de la creme here in the audience. That is really good to see. I'm super happy about that. We also have the creme de la creme on stage for you this evening. We have, coming up first, a very good friend of mine, a really iconic jazz musician here from the Berlin underground scene, but originally coming from New Jersey. Also coming from Israel, we have a clown and comedian. Will make you laugh and probably feel a little bit uncomfortable. And then speaking of feeling uncomfortable, we have carted here from Ireland a very, very old 80-year-old giant vulva to serenade you at the end of the evening. So it should be interesting, to say the least. In the meantime, I prepared like a juggling act for you. I've been practicing. They say you should practice like first with 1 ball, then with 2, and then with 3. I couldn't do the 1 ball thing. You're meant to do this, like that. But I couldn't do it with 1 ball. So I'm starting with 0. Hope that's okay. It's like a work in progress for me, so please be supportive. That was my masculinity. I think it might be broken. It was fragile. Who was that? Ball breaker. I'm going to put that back where it belongs. No, I'm going to put it somewhere safe. Guys, you were watching that, right? Keep an eye on it. Thank you very much. Now, I've been based here in Berlin for a while. As you can hear from my fantastic accent, I am from the United States of America. But, you know, when I came to Berlin, I wanted to do the Berlin thing, like the thing that the young people do here. And I decided to go to a nightclub. I was advised to change my shirt. So I changed into a black shirt. And I went to the nightclub, and I could not believe my eyes. There was this huge line. It went on for kilometers and kilometers. And we had to line up for 3 hours to get in. And I'm told this is normal. Can you believe that? You people do that? Wait 3 hours to get into a nightclub? Anyway, 3 hours later, I finally get in. And I thought I was clear. But turns out you have to then line up for the garderobe to put your jacket up. So I was there another 20 minutes. That was so slow. And I finally got my jacket in. Then I needed to pee. I don't know what was going on in the bathroom. But people were taking a long time in there. Then I did a line in the bathroom. And then I came out of the bathroom. And then finally it was time to get a drink. They actually had these really nice drinks. Like, I think it was a mix of wine and some like bubbles. And they had chopped up fruit in there. And then this was the best bit, guys. There was no punchline. Yes, that is the kind of show you came to see this evening. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm also not sorry. Welcome to the Richard P. Dick Van Johnson Show. All right, so without further ado, I would like to welcome our first guest on stage. He is a very close personal friend of mine. He can be found prowling the streets of Kreuzberg and Neukölln like a cat, like a dangerous, musical, cool cat. Please, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody else in the audience, put your hands together for the wonderful, the phenomenal Wynton Kelly Stevenson.
Hello. Hi, guys. My name is Wynton and Kelly and Stevenson, and I'm gonna play a couple songs for you. Hopefully you like what I do. Do a loop station, beatbox. Yeah, let's check it out. This song is called Breathe. Please remember to do it. Thank you very much. This song is called, I wrote that song by myself, and I mix up all types of stuff in my head. This is a loop station, delay pedal, loop station, delay, multi-effect pedal, and harmonicas. I'm gonna play a blues song for you. Gonna leave you, yes I'm gonna, bye-bye, I'm gonna leave you, 'cause I wanna, and I'll go where people love me, and I'll stay there because they love me. No more heartbreak, no more headache. See, I'm gonna leave you right where I met you. Thank you very much. I have time for one more, two more, three more, five more. Ich doubly tired. So, wash your hands, clean your butt, and wear a mask. It's crazy times going on. People getting sick. Sick people stay away from everybody, and everybody stay away from sick and old people, okay? And then you don't have to lock down. No, just be aware that stuff is going on, and it's true, even if it hasn't happened to you. People, just wear your mask. Try. This one is called, I wrote the song in Leipzig for Berlin because it was needed. And it's called, you'll figure it out. It goes. So it's like a party. These guys move into this a flat and they're like,
Hey man, you know we should have a party. Yeah, we should have a party. But we have to have some bass. Yeah, but do you have bass? But and then they said, they found the bass button.
yeah, you got DJ equipment? I have DJ equipment. Is this DJ equipment? And they were like, oh yeah, we should have like a dubby party, like reggae sing like that. And then suddenly they heard. Oh wow, that sounds good. We should have sampled her. And then she said, what? There.
Ich ruf die Polizei an. 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 Ich ruf die
Thank you, Mr. Wynton Kelly Stevenson. Put it here. Sorry, Wynton. I forgot to mention to you during sound check, we do have an angry neighbor that does complain about the sound. So I'm glad you prepared that track. Thank you. Yeah, maybe the air conditioning goes straight up there. I'm not too sure. So thank you so much. Another round of applause, please, for the incredible Wynton Kelly Stevenson. Incredible. folks have been to the show before? None. Okay. So my remarketing person is fired. I guess they're coming back next time. So it's basically a TV show. So you now get to find out a little bit more about this very interesting character, Wynton Kelly Stevenson. That's also why I don't wear pants. Just in case you were like feeling uncomfortable and you were going to make a complaint to the bar. You don't have to wear pants on TV because nobody can see below. So that's fine. Please take a seat 1.5 meters away from me, Wynton. I don't know where you've been, to be honest. And I don't care to know. And we can only imagine. I have some ideas, actually. Check. Oh, hey, my he sat on my masculinity. Can you get a cover, please? It's flat. All right. There we go. Okay, is that better? I mean, nobody can see it's on TV, whatever. So, Wynton, you mentioned during your set there that one of the lines was from a Nina Simone song. I wanted to ask you about that.
Yeah, I think I'm on there. Yeah, my father worked with Nina Simone and wrote songs with her and played guitar and flute for her. So he wrote a couple songs for Nina Simone. And
is that how you got started in the music business?
yeah,
The illustrious.
my father was, he was the first black contractor on Broadway. So, and when Aretha Franklin came to New York, she called my pops, and my pops found her players.
So you kind of grew up like in the backstage of these almost mythical show business places?
Real, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where you developed your habits?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I mean your talents. I meant your talents. Yeah, I mean you're very incredibly talented musician, but you also play so many different instruments. You're a multi-instrumentalist.
Yeah, I play pianist, piano, synthesizer.
You play the penis? I didn't think you swung that way, but I guess my gaydar is a little off sometimes.
That's
good.
Yeah, I was named after a great pianist named Wynton Kelly, and Wynton Kelly played with Miles Davis, and he was my father's best friend. So when he died, they named me Wynton Kelly. My father's last name is Stevenson.
So you got music basically running through your blood since day one.
Yeah, thank God. Yeah.
Did you pop out on day one like all hairy like that with a little harmonica going?
My mom and my dad was scared that I was a ghost of Wynton Kelly because I always used to go to the piano and just bang on the piano, and they'd pull me away, and I'd always run to the piano, and they finally gave me lessons, and then harmonica. I found the harmonica, and the harmonica took off for me. And yeah.
Okay, but just to be clear, because I'm not so technical, and I guess some of the audience aren't across all the musical instruments, but this isn't a piano, right?
Oh, this is a loop station. This is a loop station
So
right
kind
here.
of a flat piano.
And yeah, this you can record yourself and keep on recording and adding and taking away, and so I think that the guy from the Doors, Jim Morrison, he was like, yeah, on one interview he said there's going to be a black box where one man makes their own music, and it could have been the computer, totally, but I think it's actually analog. It would be this that he was talking about, that you can just make up your own stuff.
So how'd you get started with these analog tools?
My father, again, I borrowed something I saw Rico loop, and he's a great looper out here in Berlin. I was invited to a friend at his birthday party, and I seen all these pedals and stuff and seen what he was doing. And then I asked my friend, she had one, so could I borrow it? And she's like, yeah, take it. And so I borrowed it, and I was trying to get the beat, and I couldn't get it, and I gave it back. My father was like, what happened to the music? This is when he was alive, and he said, what happened to the music? I said, I gave it back. I couldn't figure out the beat. And he's like, go to the bank, and if we have money in the bank, get whatever you need that you just had. And He knew he had money in the bank, so I went to the bank, got everything.
So you learned two important lessons.
2008, I think it was. Yeah, it's 2008.
All right.
Yeah.
And you're like, you've really grown and evolved since then. But I guess you learned two things that day, to experiment with different kinds of music, and if you got money in the bank,
go get that shit.
go get that shit.
That's great.
You're not married, huh?
No, I keep that. It's
Well, be careful of those joint accounts, because it works both ways. Just, man to man, a little bit of advice.
okay.
You can give me some advice if you like.
Never shave.
Okay, thank you. I'm working on it.
Thank you
It's for the winter.
It's for the Wynton?
Yeah, no, I mean it's for the Wynton, but it also is to keep my legs warm in the
Nice,
studio
nice.
during the colder months,
Jogging and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So you've also got a lot of. He runs into me sometimes jogging. Oh, this is not a joke. We're friends, and you think I don't jog? Is that what this is about? I'm quite fit, actually. I can run 6 kilometers. Yeah. That was a dramatization of the last time you saw me jogging. So Wynton, I just wanted to also ask you about your harmonicas, which you also dramatize. Thank you. You got so many. What's the difference? What do they all do? And who is this Hona German music company?
Well, someone gave me these, but I'm sponsored with these, and Honer is the.
This is your sponsorship thing? It looks like an alta.
It was on top of a harmonica that they sell.
Uh-huh.
They sell this one, and they made this cover.
Let's put it up a little higher.
And
Yeah.
and someone gave me these, but they're all different keys. So.
Whoa, you're a wizard. Incredible.
All different keys. And I'm sponsored with Honer, and I went to the store and I found that they had the harmonica with my face on it, and I was like, wow. I did a photo shoot with them, and I didn't know that I could possibly be on the cover or this, that. And I was on the cover for about 2 years, and if you buy a harmonica, any Honer right now, you open up the case and you see a little picture of this guy here, and it's cool.
Did anyone come to you on the street and they were like, "Hey, you're on my harmonica"?
I went to the music store, and the guy said, "Hey, come here, look." I said, "Oh, why didn't they give me what? Oh, wow." Just Music right here in Moritz Platz, they have a big picture of me because they know me. I buy pictures, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" And my friends come up and say, "Yo, you're famous." I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm broke." Give me some of that famous money stuff going on.
Yeah, you took your dad's advice, I guess.
Well,
Hope you spend it on something nice, Wynton. All right. Before we, it's okay. Before we wrap up, what's next for you? What you got coming up, other than staying indoors mostly all the time?
Tonight's the lottery, and I played a lottery ticket. I'm trying to win, and it's 42 million.
42 million?
You know how many people I could help out with 42 million?
42.
I could help all of you out twice. I could help you out twice, at least twice. I mean, I have a plan for winning the lottery. It's great. Wait, let me finish.
Okay. What, you want me to put the mic?
my plan is to go someplace far and then write like money for 50,000 euro, 50,000 euro, 50,000 euro, and give it to all my friends and let them spread the, oh, I'm rich, and then they spread the, oh, I'm rich too, you know. And but there's 50,000, but there's 4,000 that's in a box, and I only have the key. So you really have, my math is bad. You have a little bit less than 50,000, and then if I ever get broke, I can come to your house and then, get the rest of it.
Now,
It's going to be a great plan. Everyone, help everyone out, and they just keep that clear box. Don't open up my money. There's 4,000 at your house, 4,000 at yours, 4,000. And
now, normally we would say, don't tell anyone the plan or we'll have to kill you. But I'm pretty sure nobody remembers that plan.
Good. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. Do you want to touch butts? I told you I work out. Thank you very much. Wynton Kelly Stevenson, the one and only. Yeah, fingers crossed he wins the lottery because I think the plan was like he's not just a great musician but also a really great, generous, wonderful guy. That was the reading between the lines there, right? I actually have a friend who did win. She did win the lottery once. She actually had just gotten into debt from producing a very expensive show. So a note to all of you wannabe show business promoters in the audience, it's very risky. And she lost 20 grand. But her grandmother gave her a scratchy for Christmas. And she scratched it, and it was just like in the commercials. She was like, oh, I won. And she won exactly the same amount, 20K. Yeah, so it does happen sometimes. And she was at her family Christmas party. So she said, I could give everyone in this room $1,000, or I could pay off my debt. And all the family said, $1,000! But she paid off her debt, and she lived happily ever after. So, yeah, that's a good, happy story. I also have a nice story about, I did a show in Indonesia. It's a very long story, which I won't bore you with the details, but I did a show in Indonesia. The show was completed, and then I got a horrible ear infection, and I felt like someone was hammering directly into my brain. And I went to the chemist to get some ear medication, and I was trying to use Google Translate to explain what was going on and what I needed in Indonesian. But then I saw that I was on the front cover of the newspaper, the national newspaper there. And then I got excited halfway through, and I was trying to tell the girl, that's me, look, it's me, this one here, a little there. And she just didn't care. So, fame is not quite always as illustrious as you might imagine. I already told you also I'm married. I've been married 20 years. So if anybody wants any marriage advice, I can certainly help you out with that. Any problems with dating or romance, love? Yeah? Is there anything I can help you with? What, you have any questions? Come home tonight. That's not up to me. But we could put up some wanted posters around the neighborhood, or some posters that said lost. Yeah? My wife was saying she wanted to lose weight, actually, but she did. But I don't know where it is. It's just lost now. I put up posters and everything, but it never came back. It was very strange. Actually, my wife also, she said she wanted me to treat her more like a princess, which, it's a bit traditional, but I understand, and I want to please her. So, yeah, we broke up, and I set her up with her cousin, and seems okay. All right, speaking of princesses, next up we have something a little bit unusual. It's actually, it's a princess. Yeah, thank you for spoiling my segue.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's a princess, okay? Coming up next. Well, I was gonna elaborate. This is how introductions work.
I like to ruin things.
Sorry?
I like to ruin things.
Okay, great. You're doing a great job. So she's come all the way from Israel. We will learn more about her afterwards in the interview. But yeah, she's basically wants to be a princess, and she's actually competing for Miss Gesundbrunnen or something like this. Contestant number 666. So please put your hands together. A massive, big, warm welcome for our fabulous next guest, Yael Weissman.
Contestant number 554. I recently won the Miss Havanagila 2020, and I'm here today to compete for the Miss Gesundbrunnen, and I hope to get your vote. For my talent today, I will be singing a song. Thank you, and enjoy.
Maybe we should vote in front of her to make it more humiliating. I don't know. Anyway, that was fantastic. This performer is actually called Yael Rozanes. She comes from Israel. She will be back to sit on the interview couch here in just a moment. But she's an incredible performer, as you see. She also is an actress, a more serious theater actress, and an even less serious clown. In fact, she won the first ever Berlin Clown Slam. Whoa, I got louder. Was I too quiet? No, it's good. Thank you. From my sound technician and my sound technician assistant. So actually, maybe you want a little bit more marriage advice, I guess. Probably you need it. I like to spice things up in the bedroom from time to time. So we do that by trying new things. You know, sometimes my wife asks for like something kinky and new that we haven't done before. But there's a lot of stuff. Some of it's pretty complicated. And, I don't want to, it's a bit embarrassing when I don't know what it is. So she told me what she wanted. I was like, okay, I heard some people like pain. I know that's a thing. But I didn't feel ready, So you already know I'm a runner. I was running. I was like doing push-ups. Then I went down to the boxing gym and I started doing like punching. And I really strengthened up, Yeah, I put chalk and stuff in as well. That's what those guys do. And I really strengthened up. And yeah, then I went into the bedroom and I was like, all right, brace your abdominal muscles for this piece of steel. And she was like, no, Richard, that's not what I meant by fisting. Some people really like pain. That was next level. So I would like to welcome back to the stage our very next guest, the wonderful Yael Rozanes, please. Have a seat. Do you want to play with my masculinity? I mean, look after it. Yeah, that'll help. Some big clit energy for the interview. I shouldn't presume. It is Berlin after all. Maybe. Well, now you have both, perhaps. Ah, okay. That's handy. Can you talk into the microphone, please, Yael? I know you have a big, loud voice, but we are a TV show, so the people who are watching on, ideally don't break the microphone. Sound tech.
Break the mic. Can you hear me?
No.
Ooh!
Okay, abort. No, you're making it worse. Put it down.
These are the sounds of me having sex. Really, that sounds.
It sounds like spacey, kind of sci-fi. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to pass it over to you if this doesn't work. So how'd you get started in show business? Back in Israel, I guess, where you grew up?
Yeah. How did I start? I learned acting. Well, first I started doing improv, which is like, doesn't count. It's for the lowlifes. And then I started learning real acting, as they say. And then, as it turned out, I kind of actually liked improv again, and I did that. And then I started doing really ridiculous things. I think the most ridiculous thing I did, well, I had to do a lot of stuff, basically, I was a nude model, a lot of stuff that got nothing to do.
A nude model?
I was a nude model, yes.
A nude model?
A nude model!
Wow, that's great.
Yeah. You can book me. I'm available in Berlin. If you need, I need the money. Fucking Corona. Yeah.
Any highlights from acting school?
Yeah, well, I did play a character that had no voice, and she was ugly, so that makes sense. They picked me. Of course, and then I had I had to take off my clothes too, obviously, because they said a nude model. She gonna take off her clothes.
Wait. Are you telling me if I'm casting for a show, I can just tell the ladies I want them to be nude?
Yeah, so that's the problem with acting school, I think, in general. It's kind of like a situation where the power it's like there's the director and nobody forces you to do anything, but, maybe we would do this part nude, okay? And then you really wanna impress them, right? They're like the director. You wanna show like, I have all this sexuality and I can do everything. I can do this, I can do that. Yes, I have a pussy, I have a penis, I have everything. And you want them to be super impressed. But then afterwards you kind of think on it and you're thinking, well, was this appropriate? I'm not sure. I mean, there's something in this situation that kind of makes you... I wasn't feeling exploited. I think I'm fine. Sometimes I cry at bed, but it's got nothing to do with that. Just because I'm lonely. And, but sometimes I do feel, well, maybe this could be traumatic for someone else. It could have been really like, maybe I didn't want to do that, and I was kind of... I didn't really have a choice. I don't know. It's a question.
Okay, so that's how it starts in acting school, unfortunately. Anyhow, I guess some good stuff came out of it. I don't know. Did not having a not one.
Not one date.
Are you looking for a date?
Always.
Okay, she's available.
I am.
For 2 weeks only. What do they say on Tinder? NOS?
420. I don't know, what did they say?
420. 189. Are you ordering a pizza or what?
This is what they say on Tinder.
Okay, so what's 420?
420 is, I think, when you smoke weed, right? Yeah. It's for and 189 is because like people assume that if you're a woman, then you're really interested in people's heights.
Okay, and then there's this other one, no one night stands. So that's NONS.
Yes, NONS.
Okay, and what if you're down for one night stands?
If you're down for one night stands, well, just find someone in a bar and go up to them.
Well, we're in a bar right now.
How very observant of you.
Anyhow. So playing like a character that doesn't speak for the entire play, did this get you anywhere professionally in the end?
Yeah, I mean, professionally, no, but maybe artistically, I would say that I did end up playing a mime character for the Israeli train company. It's a true thing. They did a project that they wanted, for real, I'm not joking. They did a project they wanted to teach the Israeli people to be polite, which is like, way to go. Yeah, that's gonna work. So they put 30,000 shekels, which is not a lot of money, and it sounds a lot, but it's not a lot. And they're like, we'll take some actors, and we're gonna teach people. There's gonna be a green man and a red man, okay? And the red man is gonna be the person that does the stuff you're not supposed to do, like go on the platform with your bike, right? Or go to people, right? There's the elevator, there's the escalator, and don't walk on people's left lane. All the stuff that people do, when they're polite. They just don't do that. But we're just not used to that. So they were trying to teach the barbarian Israelis how to not, and that didn't work.
But was it like an advertisement or a poster or something?
No, it's just us walking around the platform, really ridiculous, like kids with a fake there's the bike, right? There wasn't the whole bike, there was just this part, the one you hold, and going like kids play. I'm not kidding you, it's a real thing. You can find photos. It wasn't something like this. Like that.
Oh, you're so great at that. Yes. They should get you down to the Bivet Gay.
They should.
Yes.
We're on strike, so there's no need of any.
I mean, yeah, if you went to the Bivet Gay today, nobody would be there. So that would be pointless.
Just don't go on you can't go.
So you this led into a career in comedy.
Yeah, I really wanted to study clowning, so I studied clowning as well, and I started doing stand-up comedy in general, in English, in Hebrew, usually. I mean, in English it's not as fun. In Hebrew it's much more fun, because I can make fun of stuff that people don't laugh about in Israel, like Zionism or Holocaust. We talk a lot about Holocaust. It's a common. We love Holocaust jokes. Here, not so much. Here, not so much. People get oh no, no, yeah. It's like everything I was taught in school. But people sometimes it is useful sometimes when you are dating, because people they get super excited when you're brown and when you're Jewish. It's like, what? Oh my God, you're Jewish. Oh yeah, can I pat your kippah? Can I hug your menorah? Oh my God, they're so excited. It's really comes handy, because Germans are hot, and that works for me. It's a win-win situation, so it's fine.
Okay, so reading between the lines, she's still available, even more available than we first thought. Yeah. What kind?
I must say, I'm COVID negative.
She's COVID negative. She just came from Israel a week ago. Unfortunately, there's a lot of corona here in Berlin, so you will also need a test to get with this, or you're not fussy.
No. If you have a foreskin, I'm down.
Okay. Now, I also mentioned she is a clown. She won the first ever Berlin Clown Slam. The prize was a pie in the face. I have not. It really was. Everybody hates to win. They try and do terrible jobs, but the worse the clown is, the funnier it comes off, and then it's like a just terrible, vicious cycle. But I think we should vote on if you won the Miss Gesundbrunnen.
Did I win?
Did she win? Yeah. Oh, no. I mean, you can if you.
Not that kind of competition.
It's not like.
Okay.
Well, it depends how loud they laugh, I guess. Do you have anything else coming up before you leave Berlin?
Oh, next week here, actually, I'm performing in Comedy Shorts, which is a great improv troupe I'm part of. I was part of, but now I'm just guest starring, which is super fun. And on the 24th, also here, there's going to be improvised King Lear, where we get drunk, and while people press, whenever you press on the button, we have to improvise and drink. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. By the end of the night, there's kind of a play. We're not sure, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Okay, wow. I mean, you're making me look like a lazy booker that I just choose the people that are already here. But this is a fantastic venue. I think we should give a round of applause to 800A. Also should mention, we don't do this in my show, but if you want to watch strippers fighting, that's tomorrow night here. It's called Stripper Wars, right? Yeah, Stripper Wars. It's strippers that fight. Why not? All right, please. Thank you. One more round of applause for the wonderful Yael Rozanes. Thank you. Thank you so much. I can see you're all getting a little bit restless. Those of you that smoke want to smoke. Those of you that are the stoners want to be more stoned. Those of you with small bladders need to use the bathroom. And those of you that are nymphomaniacs want to quickly go down a dark alley and then hopefully come back again, because it doesn't take that long. Not for me, anyhow. So we are going to have a short break. We have another wonderful guest for you after the break. Rules, I don't really remember what they are. I think it's like don't spit in each other's mouths, wear a mask, don't like tongue each other in the ear canal. So yeah, just avoid that kind of stuff. Wear a mask if you're going around the room. Get a few drinks, because it's the last night before the curfew, and I'll see you in 15 minutes. I watched like a video that tells you how to improve your confidence for the stage, and it said you should do power poses before you come on stage. Except I forgot. I forgot to do it before, so I'm going to just do it now. Yeah, that's big dick energy. My name is Dick. I'm not being rude or nothing. I think I'll do some like some bodybuilding videos. I'm gonna do. This is my new business idea. Tell me what you think. I'm gonna do a series of fitness workout videos by Richard P. Dick Van Johnson. Series of fitness videos called Big Dick Energy. Would you buy that? You want to look like this? Yes. I'm feeling good. You guys feeling good? Yeah? You had a nice break? How'd you spend it? flirtation, getting drunk, talking philosophy. Yeah. Oh, you don't. You're very secretive. You don't want to reveal what you were doing in the break. Were you doing drugs? They were waiting for me. It was just 15 minutes without me on stage. What a bore. What a bore. Well, I'm back, your host, Richard P. Dick Van Johnson. Just like on TV, each month I do a little bit about what's been happening in the news. And I've been living in a bunker for the last 6 months, so it's called Bunker News. There's not that much happening there. But I have a fantastic theme song, which I hope will be played right now.
Are you ready for the bunker news?
Yeah, so hot bunker news. I don't know if any of you are up to date and have been reading the news. I was reading The Guardian because that's the kind of guy I am. Yes. No, The Guardian is a very reputable newspaper, and it said orcas recently, like around Spain, orcas have reportedly been conducting orchestrated attacks on boats. Have you heard this? You've heard it. Yeah, so there's boats like around Spain, multiple attacks on boats by orcas, like serious attacks. One woman was saying their boat was like hammered with these big sea creatures for like 1 hour, and they're huge. They're like battering rams, smashing the boats for hours. And a lot of boats have had damage. It's really like it's quite serious and quite strange. Some of them were yachts, so I sort of judged them. Like, maybe it's a class thing, you know? They're just attacking wankers. But they don't know this. This has never happened before. It's very unusual. Really, nobody. This has never happened. They don't like these animals don't attack boats customarily. But what I want to know is why did The Guardian not write as the headline Orca-strated attacks? This seems like clearly a missed opportunity to me. And that's where the Daily Mail wins. Boys, gals, and non-binary pals. The Daily Mail would have said orca-strated attacks by immigrants on wealthy people. And then we would know everything was right with the world. I don't know why they're attacking people, but I also don't know why people are surprised. Because they're called, like before the rebranding marketing thing, they're called killer whales. And then everybody's like, oh no, they're trying to kill people. What do you expect? They're killer whales, you know? Like a blue-tongued lizard is a lizard with a blue tongue. And a blind cave salamander is like blind and it lives in a cave. I don't really know what a salamander is, but who cares? And a black widow spider, like nobody's surprised when his wife's dead. Sorry about that. And a giant pouched rat is a rat with a giant pouch. And, you know, the northern right whale is always saying, I told you so. And the false killer whale doesn't kill people. It's nice and friendly. That's why it's called a false killer whale. So, you know, things don't have to be that complicated. Things can be simple in the animal kingdom. You know, there's a lot of bad news in the world, but I don't want to get you guys down. So I highlighted some of the other good news. Have you heard that pandas are really bad at having sex? This is a known thing, right? That's why they're going extinct. Not because of climate change, us cutting down their habitats or, you know, killing them for sport. Mostly because they're bad at having sex. They even have to make like porn for the pandas because they have sex so little they don't even know what to do. So they make special porn for the pandas and they show them. Anyway, this is true. But the good news is pandas weren't bad at having sex. They just didn't like to be watched. Now the zoos are closed because of Corona, and it's party time for the pandas. They're all fucking at the zoo, and it's good news, and there's gonna be little baby pandas. Yeah! And one more piece of good news. There was a giant pouched rat. Surprise, surprise. It had a giant pouch, but it was kind of small because it's a rat. And it got a medal for bravery because it saved lots of people from landmines. That's right. Yeah, did you hear about this? Yeah, in Cambodia, they trained a tiny little rat to scurry around and find where the landmines are, because it can smell like a dog, but it's smaller than a dog, so it doesn't get blown up because it's little enough that it can go over the landmines and say where they are. And it cleared like around 70 landmines and explosives. And yeah, so it's a hero. They call it the hero rat. And this little tiny rat, they made it a little tiny leash for going around, and they gave it a little tiny medal. Yeah. And then it had a little potty, and it had a little tiny bottle of champagne, and there was a little tiny confetti. But yeah, the sad thing was, because of Corona, they had to have the party on Zoom. So let's count our lucky stars that we're able to have a show here tonight. We're doing pretty well here in Berlin, so I'm super happy to be here once again in front of a live audience. All right, well, you've had enough Richard for the last few minutes. I hope you've recovered from not having enough Richard in the break. We now have something extremely exciting for you. And one of my favorite performers here in Berlin, all the way from Ireland. Now, she is very elderly, so I'll help her onto the stage. She's a little hard of hearing, so you're going to have to be loud with your hooting and hollering. Her name is the Growler, and she speaks for herself. So, boys, gals, and non-binary pals, please, a huge, extra loud. We want to raise the roof, feel the vibrations. Huge round of applause for the Growler.
You are not your hate. You are not your rage. You are not your pain, nor your trauma. Rise up from your hate. Rise up from your pain.
Not the Margaret Thatchers, not the Eileen Werners. Can you tell your instinct from the cosmos? I've got a vagina. I've got a vagina. I've got a vagina, and so do you. Even if it's not your own, you can share one too. And if I say no, 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 you better no, no, no. And if I say go, 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 you better go, go, go. I've got a vagina.
Thanks very much, Toby. You can turn that off now. Turn it down there. Thanks very much. Come here. I just have to put me mic condom on, right, before we get started. Because I'm very old and I'm at risk, right? Now, come here till I tell you, you haven't met me before. My name is Growler. I don't think you have met me anyway. And I'm from the inner city of Dublin in Ireland. Can you understand me accent? Can you hear me? Great. You see, me vernacular, I'm very posh, actually, where I'm from. I know it's hard to believe, but I am. You might not understand me posh vernacular, do you know what I'm saying? Now, I know it's very hard to believe, right? But there's more to me than meets the eye, right? I don't want to be stealing the limelight or anything from your man, Dick. What's his name? Dickhead, is it? I don't know. What's his name? Philip is very complicated. 80 years old now on the 21st of June. Can you believe that? No. I'm 100% natural, right? 8 kids I had. You wouldn't think it, would you? Now, my last husband, God love him, he's dead now. I wrote the whole off him. I had 3 husbands, right? My last one, he died. And before he died, he said, there's no point in bleeding having sex with you anymore. He says, it's like a sausage up O'Connell Street. Or I've translated that now into a bratwurst down Karl Marx Strasse. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, after 8 kids, do you know, I think I'm great though. And I'm all about the self-love, and that's why I'm here, right? Now, come here, before I go any further, right? Where's your man, Dick? Are you here? Are you here, Dick? Can you hear me? Now, you have to stop me, right, after 10 minutes, because I'll just be waffling. And I have to do me bit of channeling, okay? Because I do go off on a tangent, right? So after 10 minutes, give me a chance to do me bit of channeling, right? Thanks very much. Anyway, I'm here, unbeknownst to yous, right? Yous are after walking into a sacred space, right? Because I'm sacred, right? Goes without bleeding saying. I'm the Madonna, right? But I'm the whore as well, the whore, as they say in Dublin, right? And I'm fucking everything else in between, right? Let me tell you. I've been there, done that, wore the bleeding knickers, right? Now, yous are probably thinking, she's no more sacred than the hair in me arse. Sacred, I'd say. Do you understand? Now, more sacred than the hair in me bleeding arse. Well, let me tell you, right? People have notions to do at the moment about what sacred is, right? They think you have to be shooting spirulina up your hole, right? Or standing on your head for 5 hours, or your man Wim Hof, in an ice bath and you're going to meet God, right? Well, I've very fucking bad news for you, right? Because there's no such bleeding thing as God, right? But there is sacred things. You see, we are God, right? I hate to break it to you, but we're as good as it fucking gets. And I'm all about that, right? The only way we're going to save the bleeding planet is if we look inside of ourselves, right? And we're here to do a bit of healing. Now, like I said, there's more to me than meets the eye, right? I'm a channel. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, of course she's a fucking channel. She's a giant vagina, right? Now, let me tell you, right, because we're very politically correct here now, right? I'm not actually a vagina, I'm a vulva, right? Biologically, I'm the correct terminology now. How'd you like them apples? I'm a vulva, right? The vagina is the entrance. Anyway, I'm a channel as well, right? Some people do say to me, right, she's a bleeding witch or whatever. Fuck off, I don't care what you call me, so long as it's not too early in the morning. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I am a channel, and do you know what? part of me work now is a bit serious. I like having a laugh and all. And just because I'm sacred, it doesn't mean I can't have a laugh, right? Or I don't enjoy me bit of sex, right? See, that's what I'm saying. People have notions. They think you have to be holier than thou. They're following shamans and gurus and priests and nuns. Those days are gone, my friend. Be your own fucking shaman. You need to watch them tricky fuckers with their feathers and all, right? Be your own shaman. Be your own guru. Look inside yourselves. And you know what? You don't need to be doing that, what's that, cultural poperation. What's it called? Cultural what? Do you know what it's called? Thanks very much. Cultural appropriation. We don't need to be doing that. Do you know what I'm saying? We're all indigenous. Do you know what I mean? There's no such thing as somebody who's not indigenous. We all come from the earth. We have it all the wrong way around. We think that she belongs to us. Do you know what I mean? We belong to her. We're all indigenous. Is that the right word I have? I do get a bit confused, right? Anyway, I'm going to go on and do me a little bit of channeling now, right? And sometimes what comes through, it mightn't be very funny because, you see, I'm a channel for women's pain, right? And sometimes the stories and the songs that come through can be a bit sad. So I don't know what's going to happen. But I want you to know that the space is safe, right? Going back here now, bleeding billions of years, right? I have my ancestors, right? So this is sacred space. It's safe. Nothing bad's going to happen. There's no weirdos going to get in here, right? And then on the other side, right? You see, our DNA remembers. On the other side, I have me recent ancestors, me nannies, right? Kitty, Molly and Lizzie. And I'm after fucking saying their names. Hang on a second. How is? Yeah. I know, hang on. What? What? You did your bingo, did you? What did you win? Toilet rolls. Very good. I'll tell you what, save them for the next lockdown, will you? Can you send them from where you... Sorry, no, I have a show. I'll talk to you later. I will, I'll sing you our song. They're me grannies, right? They'd be with me all the time when I'm doing me bit of channeling, minding the space. Now, when I go into it, it does look a little bit weird, right? So just excuse me now while I get into the sacred space, right? Don't be worrying, don't be afraid of anything. I'm only messing, that's not how I do it. It's not how I do me. It's not how I do me channeling. Just a serious bit. I'm after losing me fucking rattle, right? So I'll have to do a bit of hissing. Hissing like a snake. Some people tell me that I'm very angry. They just say to me, "Oh my God, you're very angry. You know you sound like a man, or maybe it's just your hard working class accent." Angry, I say. Angry? You better believe it, pal. I'm raging. I'm so raging I could put you through that fucking wall. Will I tell you why I'm raging? I'm raging for the wind. She who blows around things, under things, through things, over things. She who blows the roof off things, exposes things. But you don't need to be afraid of my rage, because my rage is an alchemist's fire, born of the centre of this earth, my mother's womb. Did you know my rage can transmute lead into gold, pain into power? Well, not that kind of power, my friend. Those days are gone. I'm talking about the power to love, heal, and forgive. Because my rage is a mother's rage. Untamed, unleashed, unstoppable. My rage is Kali. My rage is Kali Ma, Kali Sarah, Sophia. My rage is Mary Magdalene. My rage is Holy Mary, Mother of God. Pray for us sinners. My rage is the refugee mothers whose babies are drowning in the Mediterranean. My rage is every woman and girl that has ever been raped or abused. My rage is the mothers of the Amazon burning. My rage is the mothers of moons and rivers and seas. But my rage is a beacon, because it takes me into the darkest of places where the shadows dance, because that's where gold is found. That's where diamonds are made. That's where healing happens. So yeah, my rage is fierce because it's rooted in women's pain. It's rooted in women's pain. But it has strong branches, let me tell you, and they are rising. And they're tipped with the most tender, succulent leaves you can imagine, and the most delicate blossoms. The old woman of the world, she comes and she plucks these leaves and she picks these delicate blossoms and she brings them to her cave in the middle of nowhere, at the center of everywhere. And she puts them in her bubbling cauldron. And she mixes and she stirs. And as she mixes, she sings. You know me, the poet of your bones. I am she, the Cailleach. Come to me and give me your pain. I know how to work with the rain. And she makes medicine. She makes medicine that can heal the hardest of hearts. So don't tell me that I'm angry. I'm not angry. I'm raging.
A huge, passionate, beautiful, warm 800A, the Growler. Wow. Well, when I booked her, she said the act was about woman's pain. And thinking back to my conversations with my wife, I thought it would be quite fun and sexy. Then I told my wife, and she's like, yeah, I like pain. That's why I married you. Classic. Now, I understand some of you might have been a little bit confused by that last act. That was a regular-sized vulva. I'm a bit of an expert with the lady parts, and I'm a good guy, so I wanted to share what I know with people that maybe don't know so much as me. So I'm actually getting this published in Men's Interests and Hobbies magazine, but I'll do a preview for you. Okay, so yeah, the vulva. That's like this. You know, some people talk about, she said like throwing a verse down Karl Marx Strasse. When you're looking for it, it's not that easy. It's more like going into the lift when the doors are already closing. Like it's more like that. So don't be alarmed. Then there's these things called the labia. That's like this kind of. They're like curtains basically, like these kind of curtains, except they're made of meat, like meat curtains. And they're sort of around the slit there. Oh yeah. Then there's this the clitoris. Yeah, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. You probably want to find it. It's like somewhere around here. It's just I would say just do a couple of goes around. The top 50%, you'll probably get there. What else? There's usually some hair around there. It's like kind of moist. It's moist, and then there's the ass, and then some people call it a pussy. Yeah, also the G-spot. You heard of the G-spot, this thing? Yeah, some people talk about trying to find it. Doesn't exist, so don't worry about that. And yeah, that's pretty much all. Just watch out for the teeth and have fun. All right, yeah, thank you. You know, I like my shows to be a little educational as well. So I actually sent a permission slip to your parents before the show to make sure it was appropriate. But the good news is they gave their enthusiastic consent that you could see this. The bad news is they got really excited by the description in the note, and now you have new siblings. So, without further ado, I would like to welcome back to the stage the woman behind the Growler, Dee Mulrooney. Please have a seat. You've got your condom on there.
I have.
We're practicing
Keep
safe
ourselves.
interviewing. Excellent. So thank you so much that I speak for everyone here. That absolutely blew us away.
Thanks for having me, Dick.
Yeah, my pleasure.
I'll have you later.
Oh, also my pleasure. I think, I speak for everybody really here when I say I've never seen anything like that before. Like, how did you come up with the concept of the Growler?
I think it was growing up with big boobs, curly hair, and a working class accent. People don't really take you very seriously, so I thought if I could invent a character with my own accent, I'd take away the boobs and the curly hair, and that's how Growler was born.
Okay. And have you found yourself being taken seriously since then?
I don't know.
How was it the first time you performed as the Growler?
That was a couple of years ago now. Myself and my husband, who's here tonight, and 3 other people, we organised this Irish Arts Festival, and we wanted to talk about exile and displacement and that kind of thing. It was called craw, and craw means something that gets stuck in your throat. So when you're working with that kind of, I didn't realise it then, but when you're working with those kinds of words, you know, you have to be careful. So Growler was invented. It was initially meant to be a hand puppet. And I decided to go the whole hog. A friend of mine, Ava Garland, she's the artist who made Growler. And yeah, my first performance was kind of a bit like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I suffer.
How many people did you kill?
Nearly killed myself. And I'm going to go there. Seeing as you invited us, I have a condition called endometriosis. A lot of women suffer from this. And my first performance of Growler, we had made a 13-foot altar to women's pain, and it was called Bloody Milk River, and I was dressed as Growler, basically hemorrhaging. That was my first experience, and I ended up in A&E the next morning. So after, I actually walked off the stage in the middle because all my lines, everything just went, and I learned the power of the magic of words, I have to say, during that experience. It's a bit serious, but
So you were literally bleeding.
Yeah.
And had to go to hospital.
Yeah.
And did people
Had
think
an operation.
Did people think it was part of the act?
Well, they didn't see that bit, but actually what happened was I just completely forgot my lines, and Richie was prompting me, and then I just said, I think Growler's had enough, and walked off the stage, and I got a really resounding applause because everybody thought the old 80-year-old vagina's just had enough of the patriarchy. She's just fucking walking off. So, but I knew after I came off that it was a good vehicle actually to talk about this stuff, you know.
Powerful stuff.
Yeah.
And you mentioned actually magic.
Yeah.
Is it like, are you practicing magic as part of the performance or also in life?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I believe in magic actually. I don't believe in any one thing, but it's definitely a part of what I'm doing. Healing, really. Yeah.
Because you're also a visual artist, right?
Yeah.
And like you have a magical theme in your art.
Art is my medicine, definitely. So it's a healing journey for myself, and then through sharing that, then all these topics, particularly around women,
And for the people here, your artworks are like with gold leaf and ink.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. I use
and
a variety.
pencils
Yeah, I
and
use loads
drawing.
of different mediums and film and song and yeah.
And they generally have a meaning.
Generally,
They're quite
it's like
symbolic.
stories. It's like visual storytelling, and that's kind of. But it's all my own kind of like process, and then you realize when you start working on your own shadow work, essentially, like you're trying to heal yourself, that actually it's mirrored everywhere. Everybody has kind of very similar stories, and through COVID, I'm learning it's not. I'm not moving on from the women's stuff, but it's broadening out definitely.
And
you know?
this has all come about because you consider yourself like somewhat exiled from Ireland. Have you
Yeah,
found
it was really.
you found your
it was
people here?
Very painful to leave, actually. I think for a lot of people who leave their country, it's not necessarily something that they want to do, but it's necessity. So through trying to exercise that and work through that, yeah.
And have you found a community here that you work
Definitely.
with as well?
Yourself and all the other raggle-taggle lunatics in Berlin. But there's a real sense, though, that there's a real can-do feeling still in Berlin. And I know a lot of people say, oh, it's been lost. And well, listen, try and do something like this in Dublin, and it wouldn't happen, you know.
Why wouldn't it happen in Dublin? I'm interested.
It's really complicated. I just think I don't know if it's a smaller pool or if we've just lost that connection of that kind of generosity of spirit, you know. And there's enough. It feels like in Berlin, the creative energy just builds on itself. It's not like a finite pool. We're the artists. You can't come into our circle, you know. In Berlin, it kind of feels like you offer a creative idea to somebody and there's 10 people ready to do it with you, you know.
But is it also a thematic thing? Like if you walk down the street as the Growler in Ireland or in Dublin, do you feel like that would be a different experience to walking down
I've performed Growler in Ireland and it was really hard. So like my worst gigs were in Ireland, definitely. I mean, I performed in a bookshop that was seriously as narrow as this plank of wood with 15 people here to no response. And it was a 40-minute gig. And it was like, there was nothing. It was just a blank wall and I couldn't see anything because you can't see when I'm wearing Growler and I keep my eyes closed. So when it was finished, I was facing the other way and the audience was there and there was nothing. I didn't get any response. And then I thought, like, you know, that's hard. But for some reason, Growler, she's grown. Like, I just keep doing her. And you have terrible gigs. Like, you know that. You fall flat on your
Not
face
like
sometimes.
I don't.
No, you don't.
I don't.
No. Sorry, that fragile masculinity. I'll bolster her up there.
Oh.
Give her a little pat.
You want? Yeah, you
yeah,
wanna?
yeah. Give her a
Can
little
you catch
squash.
it?
Yeah. I'll just give it a bit of boob there now.
Oh, I love that.
But no, but there's something about the medicine that you get from making art. If you're willing to go to that edge, you know, and put yourself out there. A lot of the time, people will meet you because they see that it's authenticity. Do you know what I mean? It's not about being brilliant. It's about being authentic, I think. And that's the kind of art that I'm really interested in.
And you're also a member of a collective here in Berlin.
Yeah, we're a member of a collective also, in another guys called Holy Cunt. It's CVNT because you can't put cunt on the internet. So we're
Really? I've seen a lot there.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every evening.
We changed it to we changed it to V on social media. I should have said. So yeah, we're a collective.
I can tell you which sites to go to if you want to see that kind of stuff.
Later. It's a collective of women who make kind of I suppose cunt art, not just cunt art, but other art as well.
Dick art? Is there any?
There's not too many dicks going around now, I have to say. The thing, like
Dick Van Johnson art?
yeah, we might invite Dick Van Johnson.
Okay.
There's a few dicks. There is a few dicks.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
The dicks are really good at helping out.
Okay.
Really supportive. The dicks are they bolster our community.
We do try. we do try. Fabulous. Well, thank you so much. Have you got anything else coming up next on the horizon other than being locked down?
I'm probably thinking, is this going to be... let's hope that this can continue doing little gigs like this. But Holy Cunt has an exhibition coming up in January, collective exhibition, with lots of performances as well.
Okay,
so
Holy Cunt with a V.
Holy Cunt with a V.
Holy Cunt.
And I'm Growler Speaks on the internet if you want to follow me.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for
Thanks
coming
very
on the
much
show.
for
It's
having
been
me,
a
Dick.
pleasure.
It's great.
I can't believe I missed the opportunity of an easy fisting, but it's too late now, I guess. All
Take you
those
around the
boxing
back.
classes
Take you around the back.
wasted.
There's plenty of room in Growler's gi.
Excellent. Maybe.
There's room for everybody in Growler's church.
Oh, feels very nice and cozy already. All right. Well, I'll see you back there.
Thanks very much.
Please do another round of applause for Dee Mulrooney. Well, thank you so much. This has been a real roller coaster. I'm pretty sure you didn't know what to expect from this show. I hope you've had an interesting, entertaining, and educational show this evening. I just want to say also a very special thank you from me, for being here, for coming out, for supporting the arts, for connecting with other people. I know it's a weird time. I really appreciate it, and I think it's really special that we're still able to do this. So thank you to you too. As you know, we are having a curfew from tomorrow night. There is this rumor, I just want to let you know, because a lot of people called me panicked yesterday. There's this rumor that there's 25-person limit for shows. That's actually not the case because we're observing social distancing. We have the table service. You wear a mask. That is for private events only, the 25-person rule. However, for most comedy shows in Berlin, that 25-person rule is not a problem anyway. So I think we can enjoy doing this right through the winter. I really hope so. My name is Richard P. Dick Van Johnson, in case you hadn't somehow picked up on that already. I do love the sound of my own name. I'm here every second Friday of the month at this fine establishment with very interesting and diverse guests on my stage. I also have a stand-up comedy show with the wonderful Liliana Velasquez. That is the third Saturday of every month at the Wall Comedy Show. Sorry, it's called Balls to the Wall. And now I realized 100% of my shows have male genitalia jokes as the name. Okay, that's my branding, I guess. All right, I talked to my marketing people about that. Yeah, so I got two genital-themed shows. Richard P. Dick Van Johnson, Balls to the Wall every third Saturday. I hope to bring back some of my other shows as time allows, but in the meantime, yeah, I just want to say thank you. Thank you also to Andrew, to Fabi, to the bar, the wonderful staff, all the guests, to you guys. It's really been a pleasure. Thank you so much, and bleib gesund.